Hi, we're beginning our 21-day Bible study through the Gospel of John, so I hope you have your Bibles open and are joining us today. What we're doing is one chapter a day, so I encourage you to read through the first chapter of John today, and then just make comments about it. Insights that you've seen, or questions that you have, or an important verse that jumps out at you. Anything is welcome and appreciated, and I'm sure the collected wisdom of our group as we examine that passage will be a blessing to everyone that participates, and even those who may not participate but are looking in from Facebook and join us in that study. I read through the first chapter of John today, and it begins in such glorious language, kind of like Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created, and here we have, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. That same glorious type of language just draws you into the story. It continues when it says here in verse 14, the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us, and we have seen his glory. That concept of seeing God's glory, of being witnesses to it, particularly for those people who were eyewitnesses to the glory, but also the intriguing question, can we be witnesses of that same glory? He goes on when he talks about John the Baptist who baptizes Jesus and the vision that he saw with God's Spirit coming down from above and the voice of God from the heavens speaking his affirmation that this is his son. But the part of the story I want to focus on real briefly is the very end when Philip finds Jesus and he is so intrigued with him. He goes and looks for Nathanael, his brother, and to him he says, come and see who we found, and the importance that he has. And so when they come, Jesus speaks to Nathanael and he says, here is a true Israelite in whom there is no deceit. And Nathanael goes, I don't know you. Do you know me? And Jesus says, I saw you while you were still under the fig tree before Philip called you. Just moments ago, that event took place, not anywhere near here. And Nathanael is impressed with that. So he says, Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel. And here's Jesus's comment about that. The closing verses of this first chapter when he says, you believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. You will see greater things than that. Very truly I tell you, you will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man. I don't know that you know the story, but in Genesis chapter 28, we have a very similar story when Jacob lays his head down in the village of Bethel, house of God, and he has this vision of a ladder ascending up into heaven and angels ascending and descending on that ladder. Scholars are still puzzled by what it means, but the glory of it. And for me, the meaning stands out. This Jesus stands as the portal between earth and heaven. And when we draw near to him, we begin to see that portal open. And we have the opportunity, if we will see with those eyes, that angels are ascending and descending the ladder between heaven and earth. I hope and pray this week that as we go about our jobs and go about our family interactions and whatever's brought into your life, I really hope that we more and more have eyes to see that vision of heaven opening, and even in the common things of life, angelic beings ascending and descending from heaven to earth and back again. May your time in the Gospel of John, the first chapter, bring wonderful insights, inspiring questions, and maybe a verse or two that we'll all find precious. God bless you. My prayers are with you today. May today be a glorious day in him.